I want some of your brownsugar. I want some of your brownsugar.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. This is Brownsugar Commentate. I'm your girl, Kayla. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more videos about Black entertainment, Black womanhood, and whatever I feel like talking about this week. All right, let's get right into it. So, as you can see, I look a little bit different today. You know, I decided to put a little makeup on because I was bored. I'm really dibbling and dabbling in makeup a lot more these days. I feel like, you know, getting more into my grown woman bag. You feel me? I'm gonna turn 26 next month. I'm really excited. But yeah, I'm just doing things that get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So, you know, let me know what you think about the face, you know. But anyway, I'm trying. But today I want to talk to you guys about the Hot Mess Express that is the new Netflix original dating reality show, The Ultimatum, child. I've been talking about The Ultimatum on my TikTok account, which is Kayla.antonesha, which is the same as my Instagram account. So if you want to check the little mini recaps, check them out. Because I'm definitely going to start posting more content on my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But The Ultimatum, as I said, is a new Netflix original dating series. It's made from the same people who made Love is Blind. So you already know the mess is coming. Okay? Nick and Vanessa Lachey are back again to release the chaos. Okay? But Love is Blind is a decent level of chaos. This show, they're not seeing the pearly gates. Nick and Vanessa, I'm so sorry, my loves. You guys are not, Sky Daddy is not pleased with what you're doing. Sky Daddy is not pleased, but guess what? It's great television, and we must discuss. So what I'm going to do is go through each of the couples and whatever, and then I'm going to talk about what I think about the show overall and, like, the finale, the reunion, all that good stuff, okay? We will try to keep it cute and concise. I can't promise you it, but it'll happen. So the premise of The Ultimatum is basically, instead of, you know, a bunch of complete strangers getting together and whatever, like how like Love is Blind is, this show, they have a couple, an existing couple. Somebody wants to get married, somebody doesn't, and usually the reason why the person does it is because either they're just not ready, or they're, you know, something, they're hesitant about it, or they're just completely opposed to it altogether. But basically, they have these couples come together with other couples who are issuing ultimatums, and what they do is, for the whole, I guess, experiment is 2 months long. For the first 3 weeks, the partner will choose a new partner to be with for 3 weeks and live with and all those things, and then the next 3 weeks they'll go back with their original partner and then live with them again for 3 more weeks, and at the end of it all they will decide to either get married and stay together or not get married and break up. So wow. the premise alone is ridiculous. When I saw that on episode 1, I was just like, oh, this is finna be some mess. This is finna be some mess, honey. So let's get into the couples. Okay, so let's talk about the 2 couples that ended up not really going through the experiment. So that's Hunter and Alexis, and Nate and Lauren, I think their names are. So Hunter and Alexis. Alexis was giving very much... this girl was giving very much Jessica season 1 Love is Blind and Shayna's season 2 of Love is Blind. I don't know what it is with Netflix reality shows and these blonde women that be hella annoying, but please stop it, Netflix. We don't want them. Alexis was giving very much girl boss, giving very much like she just liked to talk. She talked too damn much. Like, it was just like the little time that we had with her was too much already. Like, I was annoyed. Because she liked her some Colby, right? Colby's another guy that's in a pre-existing couple or whatever. And she wanted to date Colby for the 3 weeks. But Colby said that he was not attracted to her. And she just wouldn't take no as an answer. Like, she was like, she asked him like 2 days in a row, why don't you want me? And then went to his actual girlfriend and was like, you know, I don't think he's good for you. And I'm like, girl, you're only saying that because he rejected you. You just can't take rejection, which at your big age, like, come on now. And they try to tell me that girl's supposed to be 25 years old. You tell me and that girl the same age? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. She got to be a smooth 35. She got to be a smooth 35. I don't care what you say to me. It's giving 35. I don't care. But yeah. Hunter seemed like a very nice, quiet guy, very chill. But, you know, it didn't seem like either one of them was really connected with anybody. I think Hunter came to that realization. And that's why when it came to, like, I think it was episode 4 called The Choice, where they're supposed to choose, you know, the new significant others, he knew better to just say, you know what, F it, let's just get married now. Or let's just get engaged. Because Alexis did issue the ultimatum, but Hunter just seemed to be like, you know what, I'm ready, let's just go. But then you got Nate and Lauren on the other hand. So Nate and Lauren, their whole thing was that Nate issued the ultimatum because he wants kids and she does not. And Nate was connecting with Shanique and I want to say April. And then Shanique ended up choosing Zay to be with. And then April chose Hunter. And I think he was mad about that. Nate also has this nasty, like, controlling nature about him that I just know that he gives Joe from You vibes for some reason to me. Like, something is unhinged about him, and I don't know what it is, but it don't sit well with me and my homegirls. Because then after that, he just spontaneously decides to propose to Laura, and everybody's looking like, what the hell is going on here? And it caused a whole commotion because it's very clear that the only reason why he did it was because he felt rejected by those other two women, and he was mad that Lauren got chose by somebody else. Like, it wasn't because he genuinely felt ready to propose at that moment, because like I said, their whole thing was that he wanted kids and she didn't. And that did not get resolved in the couple of days they've been on this little show right here. Like, what? And it was just like, something like kids is definitely a deal breaker for people. Like, if it's one thing if you don't care about kids, either like one way or the other, like you're just like, if I have them, I don't. If I have them, cool. If I don't, I don't. But he was very adamant on having children. Like, he brought it up multiple times. And every girl that he was like, you know, speed dating with or whatever, he brought up the fact of kids. So I'm just like, why would you marry a person that clearly does not want kids with you? Like, it don't make no sense. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to resent her because you want kids and she doesn't. Or you're going to keep badgering her about kids until she's going to cave in and do it, and she's going to hate them kids. And why would you want a person that don't want kids to have your kids? Don't make no sense. Because during the reunion, they did say, which I don't understand why the hell they was at the reunion, to be honest, but whatever. But he said that they compromised on one kid. And I'm just like, okay. You don't compromise on kids. You compromise on what y'all gonna eat for dinner. You compromise on the color of your bedroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or when you gonna get some new sheets. You compromise on, you know what I'm saying? A dog, maybe. Like, you don't compromise on a child. That don't make no goddamn sense, but go off. Like, live in your truth, I guess. But yeah, whatever. So let's get into the actual couples that took part in the experiment. The first couple we'll talk about is Colby and Madlyn. Let me tell you something. These two took us on the wildest of rides, okay? Because Colby was acting like he was so in love with Miss Madlyn, right? He was talking about always love at first sight. You know, I love everything about her. She's great. She's excellent. And he issued the ultimatum because he was ready to get married and she wasn't. Madlyn seemed like she could not care less about Colby. Like, at all. Like, she just seemed to be like, he's there, he's cool, but like, whatever. Because she just leaped at the chance to date somebody new. Like, she was choosing up on Randall the moment she saw him. And I was very confused because given the way that Colby and Randall couldn't be more different in terms of personality. And also, like, Colby and Madlyn give me MAGA country. They give me big green tractor energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, honky tonk white people. And so it just seemed like she wouldn't be here for the blacks, but here we are. It was weird. She also came across as very fetishy towards Randall, which made me feel icky the whole time. She also has a nasty spirit, especially when it came to Shanique. Like, she just was like gleeful to tell her everything that her and Randall were doing, which they really weren't doing much of anything. But she was just like, yeah, Randall had a boner the other day and it was just so crazy, and me and him kissed and he's my perfect guide. Oh my God. And if I was Shanique, I would have reached across that table and gave her the 5 fingers of fellowship. Like, I would have smacked the living daylights out of her. I would have went straight to jail because that's a white woman, but I wouldn't have cared. I just know if Shanique would have did something or got loud with her, she would have played the white woman victim role where she'd be like, oh my God, she just hit me. Like, when I'm so traumatized. Like, I can't believe she assaulted me. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's the type of girl Madlyn is. I don't like it. She got a nasty spirit and I'm just not here for her. But anywho, like I said, she was more interested in exploring her relationship with Randall than she was with her actual man. Because what happened during guys' night was, it was revealed that Colby and Zay went out one night and that Colby kissed some random girl. And Randall was telling her about what was revealed during the guys' night about him kissing the girl. And she didn't care. She was like, I don't want to hear about that. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. Let's talk about you and me. Why aren't you affectionate towards me? Like, what? She didn't give a damn about Colby. I'm telling you. And Colby, that whole incident with him and Zay was so weird. Because I just felt like Colby don't like to take accountability for his actions. I will say that. Like, I just feel like he don't like to take accountability at all. He's not self-aware in the slightest. Because I'm like, how you gonna blame Zay for you kissing another woman? Like, huh? Hello? What's going on here? But anyway, after all of that, when they finally get back together, it just seems like Madlyn was completely checked out of the relationship, and Colby was really trying, but then also not trying because he was also being a douche. Like, he was just doing a lot of questionable things. It just seemed like these two just don't like each other. They were just fighting all the goddamn time, just beefing over the stupidest of things. And then, just when you thought they were going to hang it up flat screen, in the finale, not only does she say yes to his proposal, but they get married on the spot. And then during the reunion, it is revealed that she is pregnant, like 7 months pregnant. I'm just like, what? How? What? How? What? Excuse me? Like, y'all don't need to be together, honey. I don't care what you say to me. At least what we saw on TV, y'all look like y'all hate each other. I don't think y'all like each other. Like, I don't know. Like I said, maybe y'all were just edited that way. I don't know. But it was giving you could not stand this man. Now you have this kid and you stuck with him for life. I don't know. But I guess more power to them, I guess. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all make it work for the kids' sake. Moving right along, we got Shanique and Randall. And you see, I knew I liked Shanique because I found that she was Jamaican. Because I heard her parents had an accent, but I'm like, oh, it could be any, you know, like Caribbean folks. Even though Jamaicans, I feel, have a very distinct accent. But I was like, oh, she one of my people. All right, Jamaican girly. But I should have known Shanique. That is Jamaican as hell. If you are Jamaican, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody know what Shanique or a name with like Neek in it. You know what I mean? Like Yannick. That's another one. That's a synonymous one right there. But yeah, that's how I knew I liked me some Shanique. But Shanique was with Randall. I don't really like Randall too much. At least the way that he was shown on TV, he just seemed very, the way he was shown during the show. He seemed to be not very, like, she seemed to be all in and he seemed to be, like, I'm going to say, like, 60% in. Like, 60%. He just didn't seem very affectionate. He just didn't seem like he just seemed, I don't know if his love language is just crapping on her. Like, he just always just seemed to be, like, you're annoying, you're loud, you're this, you're that. Like, he just seemed to always be complaining about how much of a nag Shanique is. And I'm just like, do you even like her at this point, bro? Like, what are we doing? He just didn't seem affectionate to her. Like, she just seemed to love him way more than he loved her. And I hate that for her. But then, you know, and even I really thought he was going to say no at the end of everything. But he did say yes. But then we found out during the reunion that they actually called it quits a little bit after the show filmed. And then they were broken up for like 6 months, got back together because, you know, he realized that she was his person and that he really loved her and that she's always been there for him. And, you know, he had like a lot of deaths in his family that put a lot of things in perspective for him. And I'm like, I mean, that's good. I mean, he seems to be much more affectionate towards her and much more supportive of her during this reunion than he was during the show, because I said the way that he was seen on that show, it was giving douchebag, and I was like, my girl deserves better than that. Now, you know. And he was trying to act like he was having so much fun with Miss Madlyn. I was just like, you ain't have no fun with that little white girl, please. Please. To compare to Shanique, please. I even know why Shanique was sweating. I was like, do you see that girl? Look at you. Look at her. Please. I'm so sorry about it. No. But yeah, like, no. And then, like, Shanique was with Zay for the 3 weeks. And, like, it was just, you could just tell, like, they had a little moment that they chose to highlight during the reunion for some odd reason. But I'm just like, it definitely gave the reason why Shanique and Zay messed around was because they thought that both of their partners already did it with other people. And they did it to spite them, not because they like, really wanted to do it. Like, that's just the energy it gave off. And I feel like everybody messed around, like, whether it was filmed or not. I definitely think everybody did a little bit of something on that show. You can't convince me y'all was up sleeping in the bed, y'all was all kissy the way some of y'all were, and y'all ain't do nothing more than that. Like, please, who you fooling? You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. So I don't know why they made that such a big deal at the reunion, but I'm not believing it. I'm like, they just did it for spite. They did not do it because they were generally like hot and heavy and wanted to do something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Do April and Jake next. So April and Jake, first of all, whoever did Jake, I said this on TikTok and I'll say it here, whoever did Jake's braids, get out at that reunion, you are not seeing heaven. You are not seeing heaven because you dead wrong. That man took that little baby percent of the belly that he got and put it in the braids. Like, what was that? And he's not an ugly guy, so I don't know, but I'm like, that hairstyle just did not fit him whatsoever. I hope he never do it again. That was just, no, absolutely not. But Jake and April seemed like a sweet girl, but when it comes to her and Jake, she was definitely giving she was 2 crayons short of a Crayola 64. Like, she was definitely having some very unhinged moments because she seemed to really love her some Jake, and Jake did not seem like he liked her at all. Once again, like, he just seemed so disinterested. And then the thing was, you know, it just seemed like when he had the opportunity to mess with somebody else, he leaped at it. He was acting like he and Ray were soulmates. But really, it was just like, no. Ray is just kind of like the opposite of April in terms of her just being more, I guess, relaxed and chill. And like, because y'all not really in a relationship, there are no stakes to it. So she's not pressuring you to marry her, any of those things, because you're not her man. And like, I just think because y'all had similar demeanors, y'all thought, oh, it was giving soulmates, and it really wasn't. It's just like, you're in the honeymoon phase, you're with each other for 3 weeks, and that's just what it is. Like, I don't know why people are making it such a big deal that they were in love. Like, I mean, they might have really liked each other, but like, at the very least, like, it was giving probably lust, but not really love. I don't know. It was just weird. But I think that Jake just didn't want to marry April. I think that his mother liked her a lot. And maybe that's why he might have stayed with her as long as he did. But I just think that it's another couple where I'm just like, why aren't y'all just break up already? Like, why y'all playing games? But yeah, like, he was having the time of his life with Miss Ray, honey. Until it was kind of come back with April. And him and April were fighting damn near every day. So it was only right at the end of all of this why they broke up. Because I'm just like, yeah, y'all ain't ready to get married at all. Like, y'all shouldn't even be together as boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, let's be honest here. But yeah, during the reunion, April revealed she had a boyfriend, and she seems like to be in a much better headspace, so good for her. I'm glad that she got the healing that she needed, because like I said, she was giving very much unhinged behavior during the course of the show, because I don't understand why she tried to get pregnant by this man so badly. I'm like, why would you want to get pregnant by a man who doesn't even want to marry you, and that's something you seem to really want? Like, a guy could sit there and tell you all day long, oh, he wants you to have his kids, and he could have unprotected sex with you all day long. That means nothing. Like, it really means nothing. Like I said, why would you want to be somebody's baby mama before you want to marry them? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's one thing if that just happens, like, because sometimes that happens, but you are actively seeking that. I'm just like, why? Come on, April. Let's we need to get back to the drawing board on some things. We do. But yeah, I'm happy they broke up, because like I said, it just seemed like they were not happy together at all. Lastly, let's talk about Zay and Ray, because they were really the most controversial and the most fiery out of all of them. Okay, so Ray and Zay, the thing that really got me was that Ray issued the ultimatum, but in the end, it was Zay that was left out in the cold, child. Okay, but I already knew the red flags was there, because Ray, when Zay asked her before they started the whole experiment, he asked her why did she want to marry him so badly? What did she love so much about him? Like, he was able to say what he loved about her, but she could not say a damn thing she liked about this man or loved about this man. I'm just like, how you want to marry somebody you don't know why you love them or why you want to marry them? Like, she couldn't say one thing. Even when the producers asked her in the confessional, she still could not tell them. She was like, next question. I'm like, what? What is happening here? So when she gets with Jake, who she pretty much connected from, like, literally day one, like, it was just like, she was like, Zay who? We don't know Zay. We don't care about Zay. Like, meanwhile, Zay sitting there confused as hell, like, what? And then finally they get back together. And I think really what happened was Ray was like, Jake was very opposite to Zay, just like how I said Ray was opposite to April. And I think being with a dude that was just chill and fun and easygoing, going back to the issues that she had with Zay, especially where communication was, like, she just couldn't take it anymore. She was emotionally checked out. And then Zay realized that she was starting to develop feelings for Jake and started to self-sabotage. Like, and I don't know why he was doing that, because, like, he was sitting there, like, they got in an argument because I think he was saying how he was ready to propose, and she wasn't really giving him any type of clarity on how she was feeling about him or the situation. And so out of spite, he went out for like 7 hours. Or like from like whatever, a long time, and turned off his location and didn't text her back, and like came back like shit was sweet. And then it was confused because she was mad at him. To this day, like, even when they were telling him at the reunion, like, you were dead wrong for doing that, regardless of how you were feeling, he's still like, I don't see what I did wrong. I was mad and whatever. And Zay's problem is, it seems like he has a very like troubled childhood and background, and he uses that sometimes as a crutch. Like, honestly, even Shanique pointed this out. He got so bad when she said this, but it's true. Like, every time somebody says something that he don't like, he blow up at them and he walks away and he gets upset and he tries to come back and apologize and say, well, you know, I was brought up this way or whatever. And it's like, there's also many times people are going to use that gonna take that excuse from you, because now it's like you know better, but you're not doing better. Like, come on now, you too old for that. And that's like I said, like it's just like he really wanted to go to Shanique and want Shanique to call him, but she should have known better. Because one thing about it, Zay does need a Shanique-like person as his next partner, because Shanique don't take no foolishness, as she should. Like when Zay tries to get a little loud in the tone, she like shuts it down completely. Like she don't really take the BS where Ray does a little bit. Like she does. So he does need a person like that, but he really can't be with nobody until he go to therapy. Like he needs to go to therapy and really unpack that childhood trauma, because if he does not, he's going to keep having the problems he had with Ray with literally every other girl that he's with. Like it's going to be the same problem over and over again, because it's just going to get, like I said, every girl's going to get tired of him, because he seems like a good guy. He seems like a great boyfriend. Like he's attractive. But at the end of the day, that means nothing if you are constantly talking over people. Don't let them speak. And when they say stuff you don't like, you blow up at them. You walk away, whatever. Like, no. And at the end of the day, him and Ray were just essentially toxic for each other. Like she put hands on him. Like even during the reunion, you could just tell like they are just no good for each other. And even though they did say that they got back together briefly, really they just kept sleeping with each other. I don't think they got back together. I think that, like I said, I think they got lust. I don't think they got love, okay? I don't think so. Because then Ray said that she didn't even go off with Jake. She went on... She and Jake never even dated after the show. She actually started dating a woman. And she's fighting for her life on TikTok right now, which I don't understand. Like, girl, this is a reality show. People are going to have their opinions of you, positive, negative, indifferent, whatever. Like, that's just the name of the game. Like, why are you so confused that people have their, like, whatever feelings about you? Like, it is what it is, unfortunately. Like, people are just not gonna like you. You just gotta deal with it, sweetie. Like, what? And you were doing some questionable things on that show, a little bit. I ain't gonna say that, like I said, I can understand why you and Zay broke up at the end of the day, because, like I said, you guys were not good for each other. But the way that she really tried to, and a lot of them are trying to fight for their life on TikTok. I'm like, have you never been on a reality show? Like, people have opinions. Like, that's the point of reality shows. Like, unfortunately, like, you can't control how you look, and if you look bad, people go not like you. Like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, if they gonna paint you a villain, you gonna be a villain, sweetie. But yeah, all in all, like I said, the ultimatum, like, first of all these people are too damn young to be issuing no goddamn ultimatums, okay? All these people are under 30 years old. Like, why are you pressuring somebody to marry you and you 23 years old? What's going on? Like, I feel like if you're so like that, you should make that clear in the beginning so that you don't end up having to issue ultimatums. But I feel like the moment you have to issue ultimatums, somebody in the relationship is over. Like, no. I could definitely understand if these were, like, 30, 40-year-olds, like, obviously because, like, you're at an age where, like, yeah, it's pretty normal to be married, or especially if you guys have been dating for a long time. But, like, 23, 24, 25, like, absolutely not. And dating for, like, a year, 2 years, no. That is just weird down to me. Second of all, I think that, like, I don't understand why being with somebody for 3 weeks is helping improve your relationship. Because, like, all this kind of did was just give people hall passes to cheat. Like, that's all that was. I would never, okay? If I was with somebody, I would never bring them on no goddamn show to go live with some other woman for 3 weeks. Like, what? Y'all were just opening the door for foolishness. And number 3, none of these people were ready to get married, as I said, because they were too damn young. And they just didn't like each other. And I just think this show just shows you, like, sometimes a relationship really just runs its course. Like, and when it does, just hang it up flat screen. Like, because this was embarrassing. Some of y'all were very embarrassing to watch. Like, I was cringing the whole time. But I would like 10 more seasons immediately, Netflix. This was 100% the most entertaining thing I ever watched. I cannot wait till the next season. This was crazy. But I will say this. Nick and Vanessa need to not be hosts of that reunion. I need somebody's going to ask the real questions. They were not asking the question I needed to ask. And we wasted too much damn time on the people that weren't even on the freaking show than the people that were on the show. Like, I had so many questions that did not get answered because these two were too busy trying to empathize and trying to talk about their relationship. We don't give a damn. What about Jessica Simpson, Nick? Let's talk about Jessica Simpson that you want to talk about stuff. Like, please. No, get somebody else. I need somebody that's going to bring the mess. Preferably a black woman or a queer person. What are those 2 things need to happen? Now. But yes, all in all, great show. The moral of it all, questionable. But entertaining as hell. But y'all let me know all your thoughts and opinions about the ultimatum down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely see y'all in my next video. Peace out, y'all.